How to walk to prevent falls. Hi, my name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years, and I specialize in helping people with balance problems learn to walk again. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to walk to prevent falls. When you look at someone who's walking without any problem, they're doing a few things. One foot is moving in front of the other foot. If you look from the front, it looks like someone's almost walking a tightrope. That's actually considered a normal gait pattern. When you walk, you swing your leg forward, your heel hits the ground first, not your toe, and you transfer weight onto that foot. Once your full weight is on that leg, you're swinging the other leg forward, bringing it in front. Your body is upright and your arms are swinging reciprocally, meaning your right arm swings forward when your left leg moves forward. That's considered a normal gait pattern. Let's talk about the things that people usually do that are problems that lead to falls. The most common problem that I see is people walk with their feet too wide apart. This wide base gait pattern usually can lead to a fall because you're not lifting your feet high enough, so you're not able to clear obstacles. And if something bumps into you with your wide based gait, you're actually not able to correct your walking fast enough to prevent a fall. So even though it feels more stable when your feet are wider apart, you're actually less stable because you're less able to resist a fall with your feet wide apart. So why do people do that? People walk with their feet too wide apart because they're not able to correctly weight shift. When you shift your weight, you're moving all of your body weight from one leg to the other. So if you don't feel confident in putting all your weight on one leg, you're going to end up shuffling or walking with your feet too wide apart. So the way to correct this is actually to practice weight shifting. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you some exercises that can help you correct this. Another common problem is that the person looks down all the time when they're walking. Now, anytime I've mentioned this in videos, people always get upset and they tell me that they have to look at the ground, that the sidewalks where they live are very uneven, that if they don't look down, they're going to fall. Study after study has looked at this question of whether or not you should be looking down when you walk to be safer or looking straight ahead. And the answer is you want to do a combination of both. You should be looking forward because when you look forward, it tells your body to be more upright, and it's much easier to balance when you're looking upright. But you do need to see the ground, especially if your vision is impaired or you're walking on a surface that's very, very uneven. It is important to look down occasionally. You want to do something called scanning. That's when you look down a couple steps and then you look straight ahead for a few steps. You want to keep switching back and forth between looking down and looking straight ahead. At first, that might seem awkward to you, but over time, if you can get used to it, that's actually the safest way to walk, especially if you have poor vision. The last big problem is not taking the correct step length. When you walk, your foot needs to come out in front of your other foot. You shouldn't be walking as if you're shuffling, or you shouldn't be walking with a very, very short step length. The reason is when you take a long step length, it's a lot easier to negotiate over obstacles. If the ground is uneven, if there's something in your way, if you're taking a long step length, it's a lot easier to get around it or to get over it. Most people that are falling have a very, very short step length. So how do you correct that? Well, one thing you can do is you can practice an exercise that'll help you lengthen your step length. I'm going to show you 4 exercises that can really help improve your gait, and they can address all the problems I just outlined. Weight shifts. To do weight shifts, you'll need something sturdy to hold on to. You can use a countertop or the back of a chair, anything that's sturdy. To do this correctly, you want to grab with both hands on something sturdy and then put all your weight on one leg while you lift the other foot off the ground. Then you're going to shift your weight over to the other leg. You want to repeat this going right to left. Now, the main thing that people have trouble with this is they don't shift fully onto both sides. You want to have both of your hips over your leg on the right and both sides of your hip over your left leg on the left. And that means shifting fully in each direction. Most people, what they'll do is not shift much at all. The reason people shuffle is they're not shifting their weight, and that's why this exercise is so helpful. The goal of this is to do this for 20 repetitions, just one set of 20. This isn't really an exercise as much as it is a balance training thing. So you only want to try to work up to doing 20 repetitions to the right and 20 to the left. Many people have trouble with this and they can only do 3 or 4 repetitions before they find it difficult. That's fine. You have to start somewhere. I would tell you to practice this over the course of weeks, if not months, to get better at it. Heel to toe walking. To do this activity, you just need something sturdy to hold on to. You can use a countertop, the back of a chair, you can even use your kitchen sink. You want to walk heel to toe 2 to 3 steps in one direction, then grab onto that object, turn around, and walk 2 to 3 steps in the other direction. When you're walking heel to toe, you're actually putting one foot in front of the other with your heel touching your toe. Your goal for this exercise is to do this 3 times in each direction without holding on. In the beginning, you might have to hold on the entire time or at least put one finger on the countertop the whole time. That's fine. People aren't automatically able to do this exercise. Most of my clients have to practice this for weeks, if not months, every single day before they get good enough to do it without holding on. Backward walking. To do this exercise safely, you need a countertop or the back of a chair or something to hold on to just in case you lose your balance. You simply want to stand up straight and step backwards 2 to 3 steps. You don't want to step so many steps that you're away from something to hold on to, but you want to do 2 to 3 steps in one direction, then carefully turn around and go 2 to 3 steps in the other direction. Your goal is to do 2 to 3 steps in both directions, repeating that 3 times without holding on. But it's probably going to take weeks of practicing this, if not months, before you're going to be able to do it without holding anything. Stepping forward over an object. To do this activity, you need 2 things. One is something sturdy to hold on to, like a countertop or the back of a chair. And the other is something to step over. You can roll up a towel or put a piece of tape on the ground, just something that you can see that you know you have to step over. What you want to do is step over with one leg and then with the other, and then step over the same object back to your starting position. Now, it's fine in the beginning to hold the countertop the whole time. It's hard to do this exercise, and for a lot of people, this requires a lot more balance than they're used to having. This is a great balance challenging activity, but you want to be safe. Your goal with this exercise is to step forward 3 times without holding the countertop. But in the beginning, it's fine if you hold on, and it's fine if you have to put one finger or your whole hand on the countertop the entire time. With any balance exercise, you want to practice it at least for 5 minutes a day. So no matter what the exercise, you want to keep repeating it for about 5 minutes. There's not a specific number of sets and reps. You just want to do it for about 5 minutes and try to practice that every single day. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to work with a therapist or trainer that's trained in the techniques that you just saw, they can go to proprioceptiverehab.com to get training from me in exactly how to do this. I offer a course in proprioceptive rehabilitation for physical therapists and personal trainers.